Inside Gaming is sponsored by ExpressVPN. They're the fastest VPN we've ever used. Try them out at expressvpn.com/inside. Welcome to Inside Gaming. I'm Brian. It's the weekend roundup. So here's some terrible news. Scalpers are still grabbing every PS5 they can find. Oh, good. That's awesome. Nothing has changed. You might remember late last year, some scalping groups made headlines for posting pictures of their big hauls of PS5s, and they were like, cry more if this is a problem for you. And we're all like, we hate you. And they're like, I'm gonna lock my Twitter account now. Yeah, everybody got mad, especially those of us who hadn't gotten a next-gen console yet, like me. I'm still mad about it. But don't worry, neither Sony nor Microsoft nor any of the major retailers seem to have taken any steps to fight this terrible practice, because scalpers are still botting up PlayStation 5s to their heart's content. The latest jerks to brag about their exploits, another group of scalpers based in the UK. What is it about the UK and scalpers? And they're known as Carnage. This week they tweeted that they'd snagged more than 2,000 PS5s from the UK retailer Game. They added, just keeps getting easier every time. Oh, I hate you so much. Of course, now they've set their Twitter accounts to private, like cowards, but Carnage, like other groups, appears to be basically selling its services to people who want a next-gen console. Its website advertises itself as the first EU and UK-focused checkout automation software dedicated to toys and collectibles. Blech. But we've seen such groups before, like Crep Cheap Notify. They bragged about their hauls also. Some retailers in the past have canceled orders from such groups after it came to light. Back in December, you might remember the retailer Very canceled 1,000 Xbox Series X orders after a scalping group bragged about it. Hopefully they will do so again with these douches. For its part, Game defended itself in a statement to Eurogamer, saying they had, quote, strong measures to prevent scalping. Yeah, it's really working great, guys. They told Eurogamer that the PS5 is, quote, still in very high demand and demand far outweighs current supply. They added, we have strong measures in place to help ensure that our one per customer statement is maintained to allow for as many individual customers to successfully purchase as possible. It also sounds like they might cancel some of these scalpers orders. A spokesperson told Eurogamer all pre-orders are subject to automatic checks and order updates such as cancellations. Following these checks take place after a customer will have received a valid order confirmation email. At the present time, these orders are still pre-orders, and as such, no payments have yet been taken from customers. They went on to say that payments will commence once our order checks have been completed. So basically they're like, we're doing some checks, and if it doesn't add up, we'll cancel it. We'll see. Meanwhile, PS5's still in super short supply, and they've been selling for big markups on eBay. I saw one being offered for like $1,100. Honestly, just wait a few months. Don't give these guys any more business. All right, we will get to the rest of the stories in just a second, but first, let's talk about our favorite, guys, ExpressVPN. Let me ask you, how did you choose which internet service provider to use? The sad thing is, a lot of us have very little choice because ISPs operate like monopolies in the regions they serve. That is so true. In a lot of areas, you only have one choice. They use that monopoly power to take advantage of customers, but worst of all, a lot of them log your internet activity and they sell it. That's so scummy to other big tech companies or advertisers. To prevent ISPs from seeing my internet activity, I protect all my devices with ExpressVPN. What is ExpressVPN? It's a simple app for your computer or your smartphone. It encrypts all your network data, tunnels it through a secure VPN server so your ISP can't see any of your activity. Sites you visit, videos, messages you send. You don't want your ISP sending that. You certainly don't want them selling that. That's why I recommend ExpressVPN as the best way to hide your online activity. And ExpressVPN does all this without slowing your connection. That's why it's rated the #1 VPN service by CNET and Wired. So stop handing over your personal data to ISPs and other tech giants who mine your activity and sell off your information. Protect yourself with the VPN I trust to keep me private online. Visit expressvpn.com/roundup. That's expressvpn.com/roundup to get 3 extra months free. Go to expressvpn.com/roundup right now to learn more. And ExpressVPN, we love you guys. Thanks for supporting the roundup. On to other news. A Mortal Kombat 11 player, this story is crazy, was kicked out of a tournament after daring to criticize the developer. Yes, NetherRealm is being very salty. Kotaku reported that TitaniumTigerzz, with two Z's, so you know he's serious, who was a finalist in the official Mortal Kombat 11 Pro Kompetition tournament, he named his Sheeva variation, WhyDidNRSdothis. Now, that name was a very, very mild dig at developer NetherRealm Studios, because right now, Sheeva, a bit overpowered, particularly her drop stomp attack. It's unblockable. Well, apparently NetherRealm immediately got mad and disqualified him from the tournament for a name. He didn't even protest against a Chinese incursion into Hong Kong. NetherRealm, whoo, y'all are petty. TitaniumTigerzz was surprised, needless to say, at the banning, telling Kotaku it was meant to be funny since the character I was using is basically extremely easy. The joke was, why would they make such an easy character? They told Kotaku that they gotten a lot of support from fellow players. That's cool. The hashtag WhyDidNRSdothis started trending on Twitter, of course, in response to the disqualification. TitaniumTigerzz, though, said he will play in future tournaments, saying, I might hate how they do things, but at the end of the day, it's their game and I don't have any other option. All right, moving on. Some of the biggest companies in video games have been hit with fines by the European Union for geo-blocking games. The European Commission fined Valve, Bandai Namco, Capcom, Focus Home, Koch Media, and ZeniMax for about $9.4 million for restricting, they fined them in euros, but I translated for the rest of us, for restricting access to some Steam games between EU countries. The blocking occurred from 2010 to 2015. You'd assume it was probably done to keep people from buying keys cheap in one country and then making a profit in another. But geo-blocking, that's a big no-no in the EU, because basically it serves as a single economic market. Executive VP Marguerite Vestager said, today's sanctions against the geo-blocking practices of Valve and 5 PC video game publishers serve as a reminder that under EU competition law, companies are prohibited from contractually resisting cross-border sales. Such practices deprive European consumers of the benefits of the EU digital single market and of the opportunity to shop around for the most suitable offer in the EU. Now, Valve told Engadget in a statement they cooperated extensively with the European Commission and they disagree with the findings and the fine. No joke. They are facing a penalty of themselves of almost $2 million. Gabe Newell can pay that out of his back pocket. Come on, Valve, but whatever. They probably don't want to set a precedent. Moving on, more drama about Cyberpunk 2077. A new Bloomberg report alleges that staffers at CD Projekt Red did not think the game should have shipped last year. Whoa, neither did the rest of us, and that a demo from earlier was entirely fake. That's the one from 2018. One developer told Bloomberg that working on the game was like trying to drive a train while the tracks are being laid in front of you at the same time. Yikes. And that staff expected the game to be ready in 2022. Oh, it would have been so much better in 2022. As for the demo, Bloomberg said that CD Projekt Red hadn't yet finalized and coded the underlying gameplay systems, which is why so many features such as car ambushes were missing from the final product. CD Projekt Red studio head Adam Badowski responded on Twitter saying the demo was always called a work in progress, and he blamed the creation process for features that appeared in the demo but not in the final game. Also, just don't trust demos. Like, don't trust, they're always BS. He added, our final game looks and plays way better than that demo ever was. Okay, dude. Could Naughty Dog be making the next Half-Life game? Okay, no, probably not. That's clickbaity to say, but studio boss Neil Druckmann sounds like he would be interested. This happened after Greg Miller at Kind of Funny asked Druckmann via a tweet what established IP he'd want to make a game for hypothetically. Druckmann responded in order: Punisher, Half-Life, Ghost Rider, Hotline Miami, and Cowboy Bebop. Honestly, that last one would make some kind of sense. As Gene Park of the Washington Post put it, honestly, I thought the Uncharted melee/shooting interplay was a perfect foundation for a pretty stellar Spike Spiegel-like combat. Just add in Jeet Kune Do animations. That's right, not wrong. Now, there have been a few Cowboy Bebop games made back in the day, but I could get behind that maybe. All right, time for a 5-second review. I could never be a hitman. I have anxiety. So no. All right, let's talk about the games coming out next week. First up, Solus 128, a game of interconnected puzzles where you redirect and reconfigure rhythmic pulses of light to breathe life back into an ancient machine. Oh, that sounds kind of cool. It comes to the PC and Switch January 25th. Next up, Dead Cells Fatal Falls DLC. Oh yeah! Gain a sharp and somewhat overprotective aerial ally as you fight through 2 new biomes and a boss. Challenging level designs will force you to rethink your approach to this new mid-game content designed to add variety to your runs and continue support for the development of the game. It comes to PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch January 26th. Disjunction is a cyberpunk, maybe rethink that label, stealth action RPG set in the dystopian underworld of a 2048 New York. Experience a reactive, intertwining story of 3 playable characters working to uncover unfortunate truths that will change the fate of their city forever. It comes to PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch January 28th. Monstrum 2 is a survival horror game for 2 to 5 players set inside the procedurally generated sea labyrinth Sparrowlock. Join a team of prisoners evading the terrors within while figuring out how to escape or become one of the deadly monstrosities whose only goal is to hunt them down. It comes to PC January 28th. Sword of the Necromancer. Help Tama to save Coco using the powers of the forbidden Sword of the Necromancer. Turn your foes into allies and reach the depths of the Necromancer's dungeon. Defeat the Guardians to gain enough soul power to bring Coco back from the dead, no matter the cost. It comes to PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch January 28th. Tohu. Experience a brand new adventure game set amongst a world of weird and wonderful fish planets. Explore beautiful environments, solve intricate puzzles, discover the truth about a mysterious little girl and her mechanical alter ego, Cubus. It comes to PC, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and Stadia January 28th. Bonkies is a jolly couch co-op party game with a pinch of construction building. Gather your primates, equip your banana-fueled jetpack and robo-arm, raise wacky buildings all over the cosmos for the glory of ape-kind. Become the champion of space construction. It comes to PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch January 29th. And finally, Gods Will Fall. The gods' torturous rule over humanity has lasted for millennia, that means thousands of years. Bent on cruelty and suffering, they demand to be served with blind worship through an oath of fealty from every man, woman, and child. To those who don't submit to the gods' will, a slow and merciless death awaits. It comes to PC, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and Stadia January 29th. That's all the news I got for you this week. I hope you guys are having a great week. Have a great weekend. I'll see you soon.